My master is so happy that you can make it here. Please come in. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Shu. They can get in without making the poem. I'm so envious. They're famous, not like us. But they may not be as good at literature as us. Shu Min just let us in. Your preparations are in vain. We're well renowned and he would be too petty to pick on us here. My poems will be useful later. Please be careful. Shu Min is very shrewd. Don't give us away. Rest assured. I'm a pro in this. I got rid of the mark Shu Min left on me before I came here. He wouldn't know that I was the fake Gu Yu he met. Master, Mr. Xie and Miss Yan are here. I'm Yan Ruyu from Chongling sect. Thank you for having me here. Greetings, Master Zhang. Greetings, Scholar Songpo. Greetings, Mr. Yi Kui. Greetings, Master Yayi. I am Xie Yan from Moqing sect. Greetings, Vice Patriarch Shu, everyone. Xie Yan is truly handsome. Don't be too reserved. You're perfect together. No wonder you two are widely recognized. Master Yaikui and I aren't famous for martial artists. How come you two know about us? I'm from Yudu City as well. How come I don't know about you? I've heard about you from Ruyu. You're too humble. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Mr. Xie, I've heard that you are very good at composing music and writing lyrics. Many of your works, such as those for Siren 48, are well circulated. I just did them a little favor when they started the band. They should take the credit for the band's popularity. You're humble and generous as you are said. I wonder why you came to the pavilion of Prince Heng? Who wouldn't like to enjoy beautiful sceneries and arts all together? I heard that this banquet held by Mr. Shu is quite famous, so I asked Ruyu to bring me here. You're famous for your literary talents. We're glad you can make it. I guess Mr. Shu is happy too. Right. I always like to sleep together with talented people and talk about arts and literature. You don't have to say that. It's drinking with them, not sleeping with them. I think that's more intimate. Master, it's time now. Hold on. Before that, I have something to ask Miss Yan. Here it is. What do you want to know, Mr. Shu? You should know that Chongling sect is at odds with my Zinmo sect, and the son of your leader died because of that. Then why do you dare to come here? I'm from Yudu City, so I feel close to Zinmo sect. Besides, I feel sorry that Zhao Shi was killed by Gu Yu, but I know it's not what Zinmo sect wanted. And now that Mr. Xie is here and wants to visit Mr. Shu, how can I reject him? As far as I know, you two aren't friends. We're more than friends after he came to Yudu City. We clicked instantly. I see. Sorry for my rude questions. Xie Yan is quite impressive. He can even make evil Jade Beauty his admirer. Mr. Xie, you're the most talented person in Moqing sect. Aren't you worried that you'll get involved in this conflict between the Chongling sect and the Zinmo sect? I never thought of that. I just admire Mr. Shu and want to participate in this banquet. Besides, Miss Yan said that she feels close to Zinmo sect. Gu Yu doesn't own Zinmo sect. So I can both hate him and be nice to Mr. Shu. You're so talkative. I almost buy it. I mean it. Mr. Shu, can I say something? Please, Mr. Zhang. It's Gu Yu, not someone in your family who killed Zhao Shi. I've heard that Gu Yi spoiled his son and now he has to bear the consequences of it. It's true. Gu Yu is even so condescending within the sect. He's thrown his weight around even further after reaching the pre-celestial stage and caused some trouble. Gu Yi is famous and has a good reputation. How could he have such an uneducated son? Mr. Shu, you're dedicated to your sect. But you don't have to take care of the trouble caused by Gu. It's true. My sect leader will only for Mr. Gu, and he also feels close to you, Mr. Shu. He even complimented your literary talents before. Really? I'm so flattered. Master, it's time now. I'm a frank person and I don't like to hide my doubts. Please forgive me. It's no big deal. No time for delay. You can let those qualified poets come here. It's time. Please come here. Since everyone is here, let's begin. Enjoy yourself, everybody. Boom. Gosh, every time I see this scene, I feel an upsurge of emotion. With a wave of his hand, Shu Min can turn the roaring river into any shape at will, just like playing with plasticine. This fine manipulation is amazing. No wonder he can compete with Gu Yi. Shu Min deserves to be your sect's deputy leader. He can't be underestimated. This building is totally under Shu Min's control. If we fail, there will be serious consequences. Whoosh. This scene is so thrilling no matter how many times you see it. Is this the romance of the people in the martial arts world? It's early spring, but Mr. Shu has created a scene of lotus flowers in full bloom, which is really refreshing. Croak. Shu Min has transformed his internal power into the appearance of lotus flowers. This skill is no less impressive than Bai Suyuan's art of craftsmanship. Blink. Damn, this is a trick played through mantra of hexadic senses, isn't it? It's completely different from Bai Suyuan's skill. Croak. Mr. Shu, everything is ready. In the past, a few talented people went for an outing at Lanting, Kuiji Prefecture. Today, I've gathered the talented people of Yudu at the pavilion of Prince Hang, where we can exchange our feelings. Everybody, don't be shy and feel free to say what you like. I will record your words and deeds so as to provide some anecdotes for future generations too. Go. Congratulations. I'm looking forward to your work. You're the first one. Stops. I'm flattered. Sitting by a redirected stream with floating wine goblets and writing poems. Interesting. What's the theme? The themes used to be all about romance. Yan Ruyu has prepared more than 10 poems of different styles and themes, so it should be no problem. This year, it's still a poetry contest, but the theme will be different. It requires more talent. It was all about some romantic themes before, which I'm a little tired of. I wasn't sure about the new theme until just now. When I was distressed, I was inspired by the poems that Lu Chuanwen and Han Yuanheng had just written. This time the theme is me. My pleasure. Haha. Yan Ruyu, that's not what you told me. It's an accident. Who would have expected him to be so shameless that he'd let people butter him up in public? None of the poems I prepared could be used. This is an oversight. We're in here anyway. Even if we can't write a poem, Shu Min won't kick us out for the sake of our status. And I guess you've already found out that Mr. Zhang is our man. He'll help us, so there should be no problem. Then I'd like to use the lotus as a metaphor to dedicate a poem to Mr. Shu. He is so fast. Oft different treatment leaves and flowers receive. In the same gilt vase, leaves turn soil while flowers shine. Only the green lotus leaves and red flowers, together they can feel free to curl up or spread. Good poem. Good? It sounds a little flat. Red flowers are good, but they need green leaves to set them off. People value flowers more than leaves. Flowers are put into vases, but leaves turn into the soil. The relationship between flowers and leaves is not close. Only lotus flowers have their own leaves. The leaves can curl up and spread, just as the flowers can bloom and close up. The match is perfect and natural. Mr. Liu used the perfection and nature of lotus as a metaphor for Mr. Shu. Wonderful. So that's it. Well, I like it. I'll reward him with a box of dust-proof beads. Thank you, Mr. Shu. I'm rich. Mr. Shu is so generous. I'll sell this box of dust-proof beads when I leave. That'll be enough to feed my family of 5 for half a lifetime. That guy is not bad. Following the gentleman here, I see grace. Where is the real talent? The virtuous in the crowd. Well, it kind of rhymes. This Lu Chuanwen just cobbled together a flattering poem. There is no logic between each sentence at all. I see. The gentleman in his poem is me, isn't it? Yes, but... Good, good. Reward him with 2 boxes of dust-proof beads. Whatever, as long as he is happy. Thank you very much, Mr. Shu. I got 1 more box than Lu Sui. I knew Mr. Shu would prefer this simple and direct style. The moon shines everywhere, as clear as the ancient heart. Though it waxes and wanes, dust cannot erode it. Amazing. He compared Mr. Shu to the virtuous moon. Luo Yun could actually write a poem on the spot? Could it be that he prepared it in advance? It's a good poem indeed, but I seem to have heard it somewhere before. This is a poem written by Shi Zhongbu, a late monk of the Longtan Temple in the Sung Empire. Not a word changed. Did Luo Yun think that we couldn't possibly know this poem just because the Sung Empire was far away from the Han Empire? How dare him! What a shame! Get him out of here. I've been wronged. I was just inspired by the scene here. I didn't really know it's someone else's work. Go on, everyone, and take warning from him. I knew Luo Yun wouldn't have such talent. See, it was plagiarism. Did he really think Master Yayi would be fooled by him? How strict. What should I do when it's my turn? Not bad, a box of dust-proof beads. This one is good. A box of dust-proof beads. It's good too. A box of dust-proof beads. An hour later. What's going on? Whose turn is it? Stops. Is it the turn of the evil jade beauty? The charming jade child is called Master Xie, so the evil jade beauty, who came together with him, must be very talented too. I'm looking forward to her poem. Although I'm just a scholar, I've heard of the name of the 5 beauties and 4 gentlemen. I hope they are as talented as Master Yayi. Mr. Zhang knows a lot about the martial arts world. What do you think? Well, okay, I'll try my best. This lady is so beautiful that she must be talented. You're so shallow. This is called, one's temperament will be sublimated naturally if she reads much. She's so beautiful. Deep breath. The sun beyond the mountains glows, the yellow river seawards flows. The sun? But it's night. I wrote her the poem, but the yellow river doesn't flow through here, does it? Though not relevant to the scene here, these 2 lines are of great momentum. I wonder if she can bring out the theme later. She mentioned something about mountains and rivers, so I guess it's good? You can enjoy a grander sight by climbing to a greater height. I'm done. Thank you. Wait, does this poem have anything to do with Mr. Shu? Great. Clap clap. The emotion in this poem is triggered by the scenery. It's very magnificent. Very good. Mr. Zhang, I know it's a good poem, but it goes off topic. Master Yaikui is quite implicit. This poem is totally irrelevant. Mr. Shu is a hero with one of the best martial arts skills. Miss Yan's poem shows extraordinary ambition, more suitable for praising young people, and it doesn't match the temperament of Mr. Shu. But this poem is already better than most. Let's not be too strict. As seniors, we should encourage young people more. Ha ha ha, so that's what it means. Good, I'm very satisfied. I'll give the evil jade beauty 2 boxes of dust-proof beads. Dad. Although I'm not getting any younger, I still have a positive heart. This poem is not off topic. I like it. I'm going to frame this poem and read it every day. That's my honor, Mr. Shu. Yan Ruyu, that Mr. Zhang is a real talent. I'm so disappointed. We overestimated Yan Ruyu. It's not easy for Miss Yan to acquire such a high level of martial arts, so how can we expect her to also have literary skills? In fact, we should not have expected so much from her. It's a good poem, but it's beside the point. I don't believe the one who wrote it would read it here. It was probably not written by Miss Yan, but by one of her relatives. I'm not a talented person, so please stop looking at me. Mr. Shu, please go on. Miss Yan, don't be so modest. Your wonderful performance has made me look forward to the charming jade child even more. Dad, Miss Yan's poem. Don't dwell on it anymore. Mr. Zhang said it was a good poem, so why don't you just let it go? Anyway, I think it's good. You're right, but... well, as long as you're happy. Huh? Are we so unlucky? Gu Yu is selected immediately right after me. Crap. Calm down. Just pick any one of those poems. Mr. Zhang will help you. I've heard a lot about the name of Master Xie in Zhongling. Now I finally have a chance to appreciate your work. I hope the charming jade child won't let me down. What? Is that Master Xie in Zhongling? I've heard of him. He ought to have real talent. Really? Then let's get ready to listen. But what if he's as superficial as Yan Ruyu? I know a little about poetry, but I can't write one on the spot. I do know a lot of poems to praise people, such as Plum Blossom and Green Pine. But I'm not sure if there are similar works in this world. That Luo Yun is a lesson. Why is he just standing there? He must be thinking. Thinking? But he can pick up the goblet first. Does he not dare? Is his legend a lie? No, but he usually just adapted others' works. His original compositions are some folk tunes, not very elegant. What are you waiting for? Just pick a poem that relatively fits the theme, as I just did, and Mr. Zhang will help you out. I think the poem, "The Tower Soars 100 Feet on High," is good. Read it. If I use the poems that Yan Ruyu gave me, I should be able to get by with Mr. Zhang's help. The downside is that people may roll their eyes at me, but I can also get some origin points. It's not that bad, but it just sucks. Silence. You are all educated people. How could you be like the vulgar commoners, gossiping and insulting others? Mr. Xie, please. I believe you won't let us down. Well, I'm looking forward to it too. I admire talented young people the most. I'd like to get closer to you to hear your poem more clearly. I have no choice now. Then I'll just use the poem, "The Tower Soars 100 Feet on High," at least, it's more suitable than the one Yan Ruyu just read. But in my world, it's Li Bai's poem. Whose poem is it in this world? That Mr. Zhang? Croak croak. That is. Well, I'm looking forward to it too. I've got it. How could I have forgotten that man? I believe there is absolutely no poem of his in this world. Why are you walking around, Mr. Xie? You should write a poem now. Mr. Xie, come on. Everyone is waiting for you. Just a moment, everyone. I found a little creature here that would be a good metaphor for Mr. Shu. The works of other literary giants may also exist in this world, But there is absolutely no problem with using that man's poem. I'd like to compare Mr. Shu to a frog. Croak. If there were people like him in the main world, it certainly wouldn't be like this here. If this poem exists in the world, then I'll apologize immediately. I don't think Kui Jing dares to kick me out. What did he say? A frog? He's gone too far. It's so offensive. Is he insane? How dare he offend Mr. Shu? Oh, no, Mr. Shu will surely be angry. What is Mr. Xie doing? Even if Shu Min looks like a frog, he can't say so in public. Mr. Xie, how could you say that? Why did you provoke Shu Min? Are you crazy? Even Mr. Zhang can't help you out now. Don't worry, I know what I'm doing. What did you compare me to? Dad, let's just listen to Mr. Xie's poem first. I don't think Mr. Xie would be that rude. Since he's so confident, why not let him have a try? Swish. Mr. Shu, please listen to my poem Ode to the Frog. Sitting by the pond alone like a tiger that squats. He's already started? Huh? I'd like to see what poem he'll write. I repose myself under green poplars. If I don't open my mouth at the awakening of spring, which insect dare not be silent? Good. It's easy to understand. I like it. Wait a minute, Dad. Don't rush to praise him. If I don't open my mouth at the awakening of spring, which insect dare not be silent? What a good verse. Mr. Xie, is this poem really addressed to Mr. Shu? Of course, I think Mr. Shu deserves this poem. It reminds me of another poem, Chrysanthemum. When autumn comes on the 8th day of the 9th month, my flower will bloom and all others perish. When the chrysanthemum blossoms, all flowers wither. The frogs in the pond have not yet sung. How dare any insects or animals make a sound? Chrysanthemum was written by Huang Chao in the Tang Empire, who once led a rebellion. And he actually succeeded. Today the emperor of the Tang Empire is his descendant. Both of these poems are very heroic and vividly show the heroic spirit. As soon as you finished reading your poem, I thought of Chrysanthemum. Huang Chao was a brilliant genius. By comparing these two poems, Mr. Zhang implies that Mr. Shu and Huang Chao are the same. Huang Chao was the emperor of the Tang Empire. Though Mr. Shu is powerful, above him there is the sect leader of Xinmo sect, not to mention the emperor of the Han Empire. Xie Yan is not sensitive enough to such matters. Yes, that sounds too arrogant. Great, great. Isn't this poem a portrait of me? This poem, Charming Jade Child, is really a talent. Dad, it's not appropriate for you to praise this poem. What do you mean? You don't think I deserve it? Well, it's just better for us to be humble. This poem sounds too arrogant. What could possibly happen? You're being too cautious. Transcribe Mr. Xia's poem carefully. Dad. It's really a bold poem. Good poem. Mr. Shu is worthy of this poem. How dare Xie Yan write such a poem dedicated to Mr. Shu? There are officials here. Isn't he worried that he might be seen as plotting a rebellion and thrown out of the conference? No, maybe it's more than that. He despises Mr. Shu and knows his preference, so he deliberately wrote such a poem. He made Mr. Shu very happy, but he clearly satirized him. How terrifying it was. I didn't expect the poem, Chrysanthemum, to exist in this world too. And there was also a person named Huang Chao here. The difference is that this Huang Chao's rebellion was successful. I really picked the right poem. The imperial poem, Frog Chanting. Shu Min is such a sloppy bag, he dares to accept such a poem. Origin point gained, appreciation, joy, Shu Min. Origin point gained, shock, Su Songpo. Origin point gained, shock, Lu Chuanwen. Origin point gained, shock, Yan Ruyu. Origin point gained, fear, Lu Sui. What? Someone is afraid of me? What is this Lu Sui guy thinking about? Where is this ode to the frog from? You can write poem? Of course, or how can I act as charming jade child? Xu Min is still so arrogant. Xie Yan must have found this weakness in him, so he deliberately wrote such a poem about emperors. According to Mr. Zhang, it doesn't seem to be a good poem. This poem not only despises the Han Empire but also everyone in the world. What would our sect leader think of Mr. Xu if he heard this poem? I thought the appearance of Mr. Xie would add color to today's meeting, but he simply came to add to the problem. I admire you very much, Mr. Xie. I'd like to reward you with 10 boxes of dust-proof beads. Thank you, Mr. Xu. How generous. 10 boxes? If I got the reward, I'd go to the brothels every day. You're disgusting. Honey. I know. Sir, there are no more dust beads. Huh? The rewards are gone so soon this time. That's because you gave away 10 boxes at a time. There used to be some left over. Who is the talent that you admire so much? Well, it's that gentleman. Ha. What a handsome guy. If I was not married, I'd go out with him. Ahem. Are you jealous, honey? I'm just kidding. Is she Xu Ju's wife? She's really seductive. Now that there are no more rewards, I declare the best poet of the day to be charming jade child. Do you have any objections? No, Mr. Xu. Good. I'm very satisfied with this conference. Boom. Xu Ju, go get ready. Yes, sir. Xu Ju has left, so it should be about to start. Xu Ju has been gone for quite a while, hasn't he? Yes. Looks like there will be something very precious this time. Sorry to keep you waiting. Next, we will show you the treasures that Mr. Xu has collected over the years. For a better view of the first treasure, please look out the terrace. Look out the terrace? Will the first treasure fly through there? Probably. The forms of displaying treasures were different in all the previous conferences. Mr. Xu seems to have arranged a new performance. Everyone, now let me introduce today's first treasure. Divine Beast of North Puppet Tortoise. This is a puppet beast? It's a puppet beast made based on the Divine Beast of the North. How huge it is! I'm afraid that there are not many such puppet beasts in the Han Empire. No, in the whole world. Jesus, I didn't know Xu Min had such a huge thing. I know Zinmo sect is very rich, but I didn't expect Xu Min, a deputy leader, to have such a treasure. Why didn't you tell me this before? I don't get along very well with Xu Min. This puppet beast was acquired by Mr. Xu during his early exploration of a relic. At first, it was just a decaying wreck. Mr. Xu paid the Gongsun family a huge sum of money to restore it. Finally, not long before the renovation of the pavilion of Prince Heng was completed, this puppet beast was restored. This puppet beast is made of cold iron and winter wood. Combined with its own base, it is strong enough to withstand the siege of more than 10 masters at the pre-celestial stage. Besides, the Gongsun family's superior forging skills have also given the puppet beast great agility. It is like a moving fortress, standing tall and firm. There is a huge puppet Kailan in the Han Empire. Mr. Xu, you are so lucky to have such a precious puppet beast. I'm flattered. Puppet Kailan is good at both defense and attack. Puppet Tortoise looks mighty, but in fact, it's far inferior to Puppet Kailan. Mr. Xu, your first collection is so impressive. I guess the other treasures to be shown next should be hidden inside this puppet beast, right? You're very smart, Mr. Xie. The space inside the puppet beast is huge, so my other collections are all inside. Shu Ju, show everyone my other treasures. Yes, sir. Puppet tortoise, follow my order. Rumbles. Open. Sir, well, you can bring the things up now. Yes, sir. Here they are. Last year, it was these people who helped Mr. Shu carry the treasures. Wow, they are so strong. They must be good fighters. Of course they are. The boxes they're carrying are heavier than you. If the turtle is as strong as they say, it will be difficult for Yan Ruyu and me to grab the amber even without Shu Min guarding it. Can you use the 5 elements shift to get inside the turtle and figure out its structure? I considered that, but now Shu Min is still here. I'll move after the display. Later, I'll ask Chinger to try it too. Maybe she'll be able to steal it. This collection is called Endless Mountains, which was painted by the famous painter Master Jiwei during the reign of Emperor Zan. You can come forward to watch, but don't touch it with your hands. You can really see endless mountains in this painting. Nice painting. It made me want to write a poem. I'm looking forward to it, Mr. Liu. Please give me 5 minutes. I need to think. Mountains. I whip my swift horse, glued to my saddle. I turn my head startled. The sky is 3'3" above me. Mountains. Like great waves surging in a crashing sea. Like 1,000 stallions in full gallop in the heat of battle. Mountains. Piercing the blue of heaven, your barbs unblended. The skies would fall, but for your strength supporting. I'm sorry, but I loved this painting so much that I couldn't help but write this poem. No need to apologize. It's a good poem. I like it. No wonder he is called Master Xie. This poem is magnificent. I think it's even more imposing than this painting. Charming Jade Child deserves his name. Yes, I agree with you, Kui Jing. He's a great young man. I'm happy you like it, Mr. Shu. Multiple origin points gained: appreciation, shock, joy, surrounding leak chives, evil jade beauty. I got a lot of origin points. Great. Amazing. Master Xie is so brilliant. Charming Jade Child composed 2 poems on the spot today. He is quick-witted. My inspiration just disappeared. Surprised. When did Ge Yu learn to write poetry? Shu Ju, are all the collections here? Yes, I'll introduce them to you. This is a suit of jade pieces tied together with gold wire, one of King Wu's burial objects. As far as I know, it's made from pieces of the finest jade carved and polished by hundreds of artisans, without the use of a single rivet. It must be very expensive. Wow, Mr. Shu is really rich. I remember that Di Xiaoyao had such a suit, too. And he told me that it was the only one left. Looks like Shu Min's is a fake. Mr. Xie, can this suit inspire you? Sorry, Mr. Shu, I don't always get inspired. What a pity. How could he have the nerve to ask? Huh? This collection contains 6 bronze statues, which were a gift from the first deputy leader of Huangxi sect, the largest devil sect of the Tang Empire. There is a magical martial art hidden in this collection. Even people who don't know martial arts can master it. But whether you can get the art from these 6 bronze statues depends on your luck and understanding. This collection has been exhibited for 3 consecutive conferences, but so far no one has been able to get a chance from it. Aren't these sex statues? I can't believe Shu Min is showing such things to people. Mr. Xie, why don't you take a closer look? What is hidden in these statues is the unique dual cultivation art from the Huangxi sect. It can greatly enhance the sexual experience. Do you think I need to learn that? I'd love to learn. Why don't we have a practice together after I learn it? Watch your behavior. Slap. What? You're so mean. I don't want to talk to you anymore. Miss Yan is so beautiful. Evil Jade Beauty is really charming. I didn't expect Miss Yan to like this collection. Yan Ruyu is just a pretty woman. Why are they all here kissing her ass? Since I'm already here, I'll just have a look. 1 minute later. Huh? Skill has been recorded successfully. Skill name, Zen of Joy Technique Elementary Edition. Skill description, enhance sexual pleasure and allow one to understand the true meaning of life during the climax. Current level, not started. The Art of Yang Stabilization Level 2 is subordinate to the Zen of Joy Technique Elementary Edition. Would you like to consume 50 origin points to absorb the Art of Yang Stabilization, so as to automatically master the Zen of Joy Technique Elementary Edition? Yes or no? What a surprise! It only takes 50 origin points. Of course, I'll choose yes. Skill mastered, Zen of Joy Technique Elementary Edition. Current level, level 0, max, current effect, strengthen your potency. Greatly extend the duration of sexual intercourse. Allow one not to lose life essence and slightly improve the cultivation base of both sides during the sex. What the hell? Its max level is level 0? But it sounds very awesome. I'll improve it to the extra level. Skill mastered, Zen of Joy Technique Elementary Edition. Current level, level 1 extra level, current effect, strengthen your potency. Greatly extends the duration of sexual intercourse. Allow one not to lose life essence and slightly improve the cultivation base of both sides during the sex. Make cultivators be able to resist any dual cultivation techniques. Cost me 100 origin points. But according to the description, it looks like I don't need to worry about Chin Zinchi taking advantage of me anymore. It's worth it. Why am I getting hotter? I feel like I'm feeling something. I must be the one. Sigh. What? You've learned it? I got no clue. I guess I'm not destined for this technique. All right, don't crowd around here. You can come and see these bronze statues after I have introduced all the collections. It's impossible for these ordinary people to learn the martial art of the Wangshi sect. We got our target. The amber is in that box. Do we act now? No, it's too obvious. She's right. Xu Min seems to be drinking and having fun, but in fact, he's been paying close attention to his collections. Yan Ruyu can't possibly steal the amber under Xu Min's nose. An hour later. Mr. Xu is always traveling around the Han Empire. His knowledge and experience are far beyond us. Mr. Xu has acquired many more treasures in the past year. I really want another look at the bronze statues. Haha, sorry, everyone. Time is limited. Please wait for next year's conference. Puppet Tortoise, follow my command. Fall. I think the poem that Mr. Xie wrote for the painting is impressive, too. What impressed me most about the conference was still the huge puppet beast. Every year the conference is wonderful, isn't it? This year's conference is really wonderful. All right. Next, we'll wait for Xu Min to leave. Don't worry, I've got it arranged. Mr. Xu, your conference opened up our eyes again. Haha, my collection is not worth mentioning. I really enjoyed today's conference. The last time I had this much fun was when I first arrived here 26 years ago in the spring. Gentlemen, it's spring now. Why don't we take a boat to enjoy the beautiful scenery and delicacies together? Good idea. This is gonna be great. In that case, how could I disappoint Mr. Zhang? Shu Ju, I'm going out to enjoy the river view with some old friends. Entertain the guests for me in the next banquet. Yes, sir. That Mr. Zhang really led Xu Min away. He was so cooperative. I gave him a lot of benefits. But he doesn't really know what we're up to, or who you are. He's just following my plan. Well, I'll explore the puppet beast first. Okay, take Chinger with you. As soon as the banquet started, the two of them went out alone. Damn, if I could be more talented, I'd have been the one to get Yan Ruyu. Just look at yourself. She's out of your league. Xu Ju and Kui Jing will notice your little ghost as soon as she comes out. I can help cover her ghost aura, but if you let her out here. Who told you I was going to let her out here? Let's go around the corner and get out of sight of them. It's nice here. Cluck? Hand over. Then I'll go. If anyone asks about me, tell them I went to the bathroom. Okay. Huh? What's going on? Where is Miss Yan? Why did Mr. Xie come back alone? The chef we invited today is very famous in Yudu. Mr. Xie, why don't you go have some food? Where is Miss Yan? Thank you, Master Yayi, but I'm not hungry now. I'm here to get some air. As for Ruyu, she ate too many sweet potatoes before she got here, so she went to the bathroom. There's a bathroom downstairs in the corner, but Miss Yan didn't seem to go down the stairs. Well, she flies all the time. And she would be embarrassed if the sound of her pooping was overheard by the maids using the bathroom. I guess she must have gone to the river. So no one would hear her, no matter how much noise she made. Ahem. I'm sorry for being rude. How come charming Jade Child is so vulgar? 3 minutes later. Mr. Xie. There is no crack in the puppet beast, and the material used to make it is very special. Not only me, but even ghosts like Mailing and your ghost who can move through things, can't get in. Shakes. There is no other way. Let's pretend to be Xu Ju as planned. I'll go to drug Sun Rongrong right now. I can't see through Xie Yan. I don't even know whether he was really that vulgar or not. He's a talent indeed. But the fact that he wrote the poem, Ode to the Frog, showed that he had no respect for Mr. Xu at all. That was simply sarcasm. I'll try to persuade Mr. Xu not to hold the conference anymore. Few of the people here today have any real talent. It's one of his few hobbies. Just let him be. His taste is so special. Well, forget it. Look who's here. I'm finally done with the accounts. I'm exhausted. You did a great job. Honey, I want you to feed me. No problem, babe. Can't they just behave themselves in public? Awkward. Lovey-dovey. Come on, Mr. Kui. You're just like us when you're with your wife. Rongrong, is something wrong? It's nothing. Why is charming Jade Child standing there alone? Leave him alone. The conference is over. You've been working hard all day. You should eat something now. No, charming Jade Child is very famous in the martial arts world. What if someone says we haven't treated him well? Just a moment. I'll invite him to dinner. Rongrong? Haha, I've rarely seen Mrs. Xu take so much notice of anyone other than you. Xie Yan is indeed handsome. Mr. Kui, you know how Rongrong is. Don't make fun of me. Huh? Rongrong seems to care about Xie Yan very much. Am I being paranoid? Mr. Xie. Yes? Origin point gained, adoration, 0.01 points, Sun Rongrong. Why are you standing here all by yourself? Would you like to have some dinner with me? Mrs. Xu is talking to Xie Yan. She never speaks to us. How could she treat Xie Yan so differently? Are we worse than him? You have no self-knowledge. Mr. Xie, try this liquor-saturated shrimp. It's a specialty of Yudu City. You can't find it anywhere else. Thank you, Mrs. Xu. Be my guest, Mr. Xie. Try this braised chicken leg. It's delicious, too. And this 8 treasure duck, this fish. Rongrong, you are too hospitable. You're making Mr. Xie uncomfortable. I'm being polite. What's wrong with me? You're accusing me? No, I mean you should stop staring at Mr. Xie. Mr. Xie is a guest. Wouldn't it be impolite if I didn't look at him? You're so unreasonable. That's not what I mean. All right, stop arguing with her. Xie Yan is a ladies' man. Just wait till she calms down. Mr. Xie, there you are. I was looking for you. Miss Yan, you're done poo. Ahem, you're back. I'm sorry I just left for a while. Why is Master Yayi looking at me like that? It's strange. Miss Yan, come and have some food. Please sit here. Thank you. Don't bother. Miss Yan, make yourself at home. Well, Mr. Xie can help himself. Why don't you have some dinner, Mrs. Xu? Mrs. Xu, don't you think you're too hospitable to Mr. Xie? Our master appreciates Mr. Xie's poetry very much, so naturally, I should treat him well. Mr. Xie, try this mandarin fish. Thank you. He can actually put up with his wife hitting on me right in front of him. What if I respond to her more warmly? Forget it. I'll be at a loss that way. I'll just wait for Yan Ruyu to make her move. And what kind of drug did Yan Ruyu use on Sun Rongrong? Hey, don't be such a gentleman. You need to flirt with her. For example, speak more boldly, have a drink with her, or have some physical contact. Otherwise, Xu Ju won't be provoked. Don't worry. I just secretly drugged Sun Rongrong downstairs. She's crazy about you now, so she won't refuse you. Rubs. I thought she'd have some good idea. But now she asked me to seduce Sun Rongrong? No, I'll do it my own way. Mr. Xu, I'd like to propose a toast. Your wife is so warm. You're so lucky to have such a wife. Abomination. Whether abomination works depends on the subject's willpower. Xu Ju's hostility towards me has been stirred up. So abomination will definitely work. Crack. Origin point gained, anger, 0.01 points, Xu Ju. Silence. What? Has Xu Ju been enraged? He is not as deep as I thought. Honey, what are you doing? We're having dinner. Get out of the way. Honey? Clam down, Xu Ju. Don't stop me. I just want to talk to Mr. Xie. Mr. Xie, I still mind about the poem, Ode to the Frog very much. Let's be straight. What the hell did you mean by writing that poem? What are you talking about? Do you think Mr. Xu is not worthy of my poem? He's very determined. He hasn't lost his mind in anger. He even knew he needed an excuse to quarrel with me. I'm Mr. Xu's servant. Even the emperor is not as important to me as he is. I can't bear you insulting my master like that. We are both at the first level of the pre-celestial stage. Why don't we have a fair fight to settle this once and for all? Are you out of your mind? How could you say that? Shut up. It's about Mr. Xu's reputation. What do you know? You have no say here. He's embarrassing Mr. Xie, isn't he? I guess it's because his wife was too warm to. Hush. How dare you discuss that? I really meant it for Mr. Xu. Why do you think I was up to no good? Do you think you have better taste than your master? Do you want to embarrass Mr. Xu? If so, I accept your challenge. Don't push me too far. Mr. Xie, I know you didn't mean to disrespect Mr. Xu. Just explain it to Xu Ju. Don't accept. Good. As long as Ge Yu successfully weakens Xu Ju's willpower in the fight, we'll be able to easily find out from Xu Ju how to enter the puppet tortoise. I can't stand this slur. I'll fight him. Yan Ruyu seems genuinely sincere. But in fact, she definitely wants me and Xu Ju to fight fiercely. All right, you have your own ideas. I can't stop you. If I keep talking, you're gonna hate me. Slur? You know if that's a slur or not. Cut the crap. Let's just fight. Although I don't know the arts of Gu, I can use the truth mantra. In order for the truth mantra to work on Shuju, I have to beat him half to death to break his will first. So this fight is inevitable, just as Yan Ruyu planned. Mr. Kui, go stop them, please. At the end, you need to give up and make up with him. So don't really hurt Shuju. Otherwise, you'll have no reason to approach him alone later. I know. It's a pity that I can't really injure Shuju physically for my plan. I can only use an invisible mental attack to secretly weaken his willpower to the limit. Tribulation of Altered Buddha can help me do that. It can be used without any traces. No one else can find anything wrong except the attacked one. It's perfect for use in this situation. But it consumes too much tribulation power to deal with people at the pre-celestial stage, and its cooldown time is extremely long. Moreover, it only does a little damage each time, so it was impossible to achieve satisfactory results in a fight. But now I have the golden pill of hexadic senses. The golden pill of hexadic senses can provide me with a steady flow of tribulation power, so that I can use tribulation of Altered Buddha fully and continuously. While the damage is minimal, the cumulative effect can be dramatic. Before, I picked a fight with Yan Ruyu just to see how it would work. It turned out pretty good. Even Yan Ruyu, who is good at controlling souls and ghosts, felt a little dazed after being entangled by me for half an hour. But she refused to fight me anymore after she noticed something was wrong. If it wasn't for that, Chinger would even be able to cast the truth mantra on her in about an hour. So I just need to keep the fight going as long as possible. Shuju's willpower is much worse than Yan Ryu's, so I guess I'll only need about an hour. Huh? Pats. All right. Have you forgotten what this place is? This is the pavilion of Prince Hang, and this is Mr. Shu's conference. How could you fight here? Ode to the Frog is a poem about emperors. Although my father is indeed a hero, he's still the deputy leader of Zinmo sect, a citizen of the Han Empire. This poem will make people suspect my father of treachery. Mr. Xie, you're known as Master Xie in Zhongling. You can't be unaware of this. I can't believe that even Master Yayi thinks of me that way too. I wrote the poem, but I can't control what you think. I'm not going to argue. What on earth is Xie Yan thinking? Well, whatever. Now that Shu Ju has launched a challenge, I'll just let him teach Xie Yan a lesson. And Shu Ju, I know you're trying to defend your master, but you can't make such a big noise in front of so many guests. But the problem between the two of you has to be solved. Since now we're in the literary conference, I think it's good to compete in literature. Why don't you have a poem contest? This will solve your problem without ruining your relationship. What do you think? A poem contest? Yes, I propose a theme. The two of you take turns to say a verse that contains the theme, and the verse must not be repeated. You both have 3 minutes each time. If you can't answer or answer wrongly within 3 minutes, you lose. A poem contest? This is very much in line with Master Yayi's style. Shu Ju doesn't seem to be good at it. The talent of Xie Yan is there for all to see. Why did Master Yayi ask Shu Ju to compete with him in poetry? I didn't expect Kui Jing to make such an outrageous suggestion. I should have asked Mr. Zhang to take him out too. Master Yayi, are you sure you want Shu Ju to compete with me in poetry? In my original world, I saw a TV show called Poetry Competition that used the same rules. You just need to say verses that contain the keywords, and it doesn't have to be original. As long as it's not a very rare theme, it's even easier for me. No, that's not the point. The point is that it ruins my plan. In that case, how can I secretly launch a mental attack on Shu Ju? Mr. Kui, it. Just hear me out. A pure poetry contest is indeed not in line with your status as masters at the pre-celestial stage, so I've added a rule. During the contest, the two of you can use martial arts to interfere with each other. But this is the pavilion of Prince Hang, and there are a lot of ordinary people here, so you can't have any damage to others and the surrounding environment. Otherwise, even if you make a poem, you will lose. Shu Ju, if my memory serves right, I remember that there is a move in your 7 phantom killing art that can interfere with people's minds. That comes in handy. That's true, but why do you want me to compete with him in poetry? I'm afraid I'll lose. Although Xie Yan always has a lot of romantic affairs, his strength should not be underestimated. I guess he has reached the second level of the pre-celestial stage. You don't have an advantage in a fight with him. But if it's a poetry contest, I'll be able to help you. You only need to interfere with him to give him a lesson. I see. You're so thoughtful. Charming Jade child, with your cultivation base and literary skills, the contest won't be a problem for you, will it? I can use martial arts to interfere with Shu Ju, but I can't do damage to others and the surrounding environment. No, that's exactly what I want. Good. Tribulation of Altered Buddha perfectly conforms to the rules, so Shu Ju will have to bear my attack later. After all, my plan is to let Ge Yi know what happened here. If I used the finger of flowery swords during the fight, it'd be hard for me to explain to Ge Yi. Of course, I could lie to Ge Yi that Qin Xinqi disguised as Xie Yan and fought Shu Ju. However, if Qin Xinqi made a big noise somewhere else during this period, I'd get caught. I could also fight Shu Ju with the immortal dominating punches, but this would inevitably trigger Xu Min's suspicion of me afterward. So these plans are all somewhat flawed. I had considered only dodging and not attacking the whole time to avoid revealing the characteristics of my arts. But that would leave me with no energy to use Tribulation of Altered Buddha. The rules proposed by Kui Jane have just solved all my worries. How can I disagree? Well, then that's fine with me too. Are you sure? Then how do you weaken Shu Ju's willpower? Kui Jing will certainly help with the poems, so Shu Ju can concentrate on disturbing you. Can you really handle it? Don't worry, I'm prepared. Great. That way you can work things out and be less violent. Why not then? Go get the things for the contest. Yes, sir. I've never seen a poetry contest like this. Me, either. Both of them are masters at the pre-celestial stage. I wonder who is more powerful. A moonlit night on the spring river. It's spring now. Why don't we take spring as the theme? Good. It's not a tricky theme. There are a lot of verses with the word spring. The two of you must write verses with the word spring. The first person's verse should start with spring. In the next person's verse, spring must be the second word. Then the third word, the fourth word, and so on. Every 14 verses is a round. What the hell? Isn't it enough to have the word spring in the verses? Mr. Xie, do you have any questions? No. Crap. His rules are not as simple as those of the poetry competition. What's wrong? Can you really handle it? It's nothing. They're teaching fish to swim. Damn it. But I can't quit now. After all, I was showing off too much myself. Anyway, my plan is to give up in the end. I just hope that I can hold on a little longer to weaken Shu Ju's willpower as much as possible. Since Mr. Xie has no problem, let's start. Remember, you only have 3 minutes to think at a time. Mr. Xie, since this challenge is initiated by me, why not let me go first? Okay, please. I'm going to start attacking Shu Ju. Tribulation of Altered Buddha. He's already made an attack on me? What's this? Quiet and non-threatening. If I didn't feel a little tingle in my spirit, I'd hardly have noticed that he had made a move on me. Listen carefully, Shu Ju. The first verse is, but the attack was like a mosquito bite. If that's all Xie Yan can do, he'll lose this time. It's on. I wonder what verse Xu Ju will write. I want to see how Xu Ju interferes with Mr. Xie. My first verse is, spring, I slept past dawn. Whoosh. Look, the thing in front of Xu Ju. What's that? A phantom of monster? It's so horrible. Confusion, phantom killing. Kai. Until everywhere I heard the cry of birds. Spring, I slept past dawn, until everywhere I heard the cry of birds. Mr. Xie has been entangled by that monster. Why hasn't Mr. Xie made any moves? What is going on now? The second word of my verse must be spring. Let me think. It's your turn, Mr. Xie. He deserves to be called charming jade child. He is so calm. Oh no, I can't think of anything at all. I have a total of 3 minutes. I need to calm down. Confusion, phantom killing is a persistent attack that slowly erodes one's willpower. Later, Xie Yan will regret not trying to dispel it now. I can still feel that faint sting. Xie Yan is still attacking me? Could it also be some kind of persistent attack? Got it. He got it. Mr. Xie got it. Mr. Xie came up with it in a minute despite being disturbed by the monster. He's worthy of being Master Xie. If it were me, I would be so scared that I might pee my pants. I'll wait until the last few seconds to utter my verse. The longer I wait, the better it is for me. And I need to think about the following verses. My verses are the 4th, the 6th, the 8th, the 10th, the 12th, the 14th. Let me see. Mr. Xie, 2 minutes left. You need to hurry up. I know. Thank you for reminding me, Master Yayi. What is Xie Yan up to? He should already have an idea by the way he just looked. Could it be that he's trying to endure my attack for a while longer to show his composure? Yes, it must be so. He is so arrogant. Humph. I'll make him cry. Is Mr. Xie affected by the monster? I guess so. How else could he not have come up with a poem by now? It's almost time. Xu Ju really exceeded my expectation. It's time. If I drag it any longer, I'll lose. In spring green waves grow as blue as sapphire, which I can't but admire. This is my verse. Mr. Xie, you can use your martial arts to distract Xu Ju. Thank you, Master Yayi. I've done it. When? How come I didn't notice it at all? What? Has Mr. Xie made his move? Why didn't I see anything? Yeah, he simply wrote a verse and read it. Did Xu Ju have any reaction? It seems not. Could it be that Mr. Xie doesn't know any such arts, so he didn't even try? It's very likely. Gu Yu also used this mental attack on me. It can't be wrong. Even Master Yayi didn't find anything. Can this move plant evil thoughts in people's minds? Did he do this to me? Xu Ju, I didn't see him attack. Are you okay? I'm fine. Xie Yan did attack me, but it's nothing to worry about. It's very much like pressure on the will alone. It works well for ordinary people and people at the post-celestial stage. But for one at the pre-celestial stage, it's not worth mentioning. I think Xie Yan probably doesn't know any systematic mental attack arts, so he can only interfere with me in this way. He knew he couldn't fight back, so he planned to just play defense to drain my energy. I overestimated him. He wants to drain my power in this way? How arrogant. Mr. Kui, let's continue. Listen up. The third verse. I've perfected my confusion phantom killing. Let's see how long you can last. Sobered by spring breeze. In front I see. Confusion phantom killing, May. The slanting sun atop the hill. 2.5 minutes later. Do you think Mr. Xie has been affected? He looks so calm, but don't you think he's been thinking too long? Yeah, Shu Ju almost didn't hesitate. When did Shu Ju become so quick-witted? These two monsters of Shu Ju are quite cute. Unfortunately, I don't know similar fancy tricks. I'll use poetry to show my strength. Next, it's the fourth verse. The plants know spring will soon wave them goodbye. Hundreds of reds and violets in beauty vie. I knew it wasn't that easy. Then bring it on. The fifth verse. Confusion phantom killing, Wang. The seventh verse. Confusion phantom killing, Liang. Shu Ju is quite amazing. He said the verses even without thinking. Mr. Xie is so strange. If you call him strong, he's been totally overwhelmed by Shu Ju, but if you call him weak. The eighth one is, A Single Grain of Wheat Sown in Spring, by Autumn 10,000 Brains. It's getting harder. My brain is shutting down. Why didn't I recite more poems back then? Xie Yan doesn't seem to be affected by my continuous attack. He could always come up with his verses in the last few seconds. It's been a long time since I last went all out with confusion phantom killing. Why do I feel a little labored? Could it be Xie Yan's interference? No, it's impossible. He doesn't know of any systematic mental attack. The pressure he's been releasing can't possibly bother me. Good. Shu Ju dare not open his eyes now. He doesn't want me to see he's been greatly affected. All four monsters have been released. Even a master at the second level of the pre-celestial stage can't resist the interference. I'll see what you do next. Go on. The 9th one, the 11th one, the 13th one. An hour later. I finally came up with the 32nd one, but I really can't get the 34th one. It's so difficult. If I had known it'd be so hard, I wouldn't have agreed to Kui Jing's proposal. It'd be much easier to fight Shu Ju, though there would be trouble afterward. This Kui Jing guy is really a talent. He didn't even think before he got those lines. No, it's impossible. My four monsters have been constantly disturbing him. Why is he still so clear-headed? Shu Ju? Shu Ju. Huh? Has Shu Ju collapsed? Tribulation of Altered Buddha has been doing damage to Shu Ju. And he's been using his power like crazy. These two factors caused him to collapse. I'm AS level fighter. He can't interfere with me even if I don't do anything. Shu Ju is doomed to lose. It looks like he's basically reached his limit. I think that's enough. I can't let him really fall apart. Now it's showtime. The 32nd verse. The river-bearing spring will pass away, the moon declining over the pool will sink anon. Master Xie made me realize how vulgar I am. He's like a god in heaven. I'm ashamed to have despised Master Xie before. Origin point gained, shock, Yan Ruyu. Multiple origin points gained, shock, respect, onion chives. Good. I also got some origin points. I gave myself 100%. Next. The show continues. Fades. Mr. Xie. You scared me. Are you okay? I'm just exhausted. Don't worry. What the hell are you doing? Everything is under control. Just watch. It's strange. Why did I just feel that Mr. Xie was like a god from heaven? Turns out I wasn't the only one feeling that way. I wonder why. What happened? Mr. Xie looks so weak. Mr. Kui, is Rongrong all right? Huh? Why did I kneel before Mr. Xie? Shu Ju? Kui Jing? She's a little weak mentally but not really hurt. That's a relief. This guy made a big scene, but he doesn't look good now. So my attack worked. He was just pretending to be okay. Xie Yan's art seems to be able to make ordinary people worship him fervently, but it has little influence on us. Shu Ju. Mr. Kui, don't underestimate him. Xie Yan's move seems not aggressive at first, but it'll cause great damage over time. I was too careless just now. He's actually pretty good at mental attacks. Mr. Kui, can you call him a foul for affecting others? Yes, but he can argue that he did no real harm to others, and those people simply adored him. Those ordinary people don't know martial arts at all. We'll look mean if we don't have good reason to call him a foul. Then forget it, if we can't convince people. I think his mental state is even worse than yours. I'm afraid he won't last long. Shu Ju, can you hold on a little longer? I promise I won't let him win. Honey, why don't you just let it go? You look so pale. I'm worried about you. Rongrong, this is a fight for our master's dignity. I won't back down even if I die. But Shu Ju, Master Yayi, I have something to say. Are you trying to explain what happened just now, Mr. Xie? You don't have to. Let's move on to the next round. No, Master Yayi, I'm not going to make excuses for what just happened. Then what are you going to say? I didn't expect Shu Ju to be good at both literature and martial arts. Not only did he resist my attack, but he defeated me without affecting anyone else. The mistake I just made was so embarrassing. Mr. Xie, you are. I'm sorry for the trouble I caused. According to the rules, I lost. What are you doing, Mr. Xie? I'm not hurt. You don't have to give up. That's right, Mr. Xie. The only influence is to make me admire you even more, but what does that matter? You deserve it. Don't give up, Mr. Xie. Actually, I am almost a spent force. I originally wanted to make a final attempt, but I failed and even caused harm to innocent people. Then I thought maybe I should just admit defeat to make myself less embarrassed. In fact, as soon as Shu Ju questioned me, I realized that I was wrong. I can only blame the good scenery here for making me too intoxicated. And the little frog just inspired me. After all, I'm Master Xie in Zhongling. Master Yayi writes poetry too. You should know that inspiration is a fleeting thing. So though the poem was a little inappropriate, I still wrote it. Cough. I deserve to end up like this. You didn't mean to offend Shu Min, Mr. Xie. He will forgive you. I see. That makes sense. I didn't expect Xie Yan to be so honest. It's normal for young men to be a little arrogant. I was even more so when I was younger. And it's good for him not to run away from his mistakes. Maybe we can be friends. Then why don't I take a step back? Well, then I declare this contest a draw. But I broke the rules. Mr. Xie, you did affect others, but Shu Ju was already exhausted before that, so he definitely couldn't come up with the next verse within 3 minutes. A draw is best. I think it's great. Honey, I'm worried about you. Just listen to me this time. Rongrong. Rongrong just admired him. I really shouldn't have been that jealous. Okay, I accept the result. Good. Xie Yan was able to resist the confusion phantom killing for so long and almost defeated me. Not to mention that I had a draw with him because Mr. Kui helped me cheat. This result is just fine. It was really an eye-opening experience. I didn't expect Shu Ju to be so powerful. It's amazing that Mr. Xie persisted for so long under Shu Ju's fierce attack. When I kneeled at the feet of Mr. Xie, I felt very peaceful. Maybe Mr. Xie is really a god from heaven. Mr. Shu, please forgive my arrogance and rudeness. I was being too impulsive, Mr. Xie. I'm the one who should apologize. Well, problem solved then. You look tired, Mr. Xie. Why don't you just stay here tonight? Well, since you invited me, Moreover, I've mastered a martial art called Literary Virtue Sutra, which allows one to regain mental power while tasting literary masterpieces. Mr. Xie, you can share a room with me. You'll regain your energy while we're talking about literature. Wouldn't that be nice? Huh? What the hell? I don't think it's a good idea, Master Yayi. What about me if you take Mr. Xie away? Miss Yan, I'm afraid Mr. Xie can't do anything now. Just leave him with me. I promise he'll be much better by tomorrow. Well, just find a way to get rid of Kui Jing, or we can't carry out the rest of the plan. You shouldn't have been so high profile. I don't know what to do either. Why don't you go with him first, and then find a chance to sneak out? What do you think, Mr. Xie? Thank you, Master Yayi. But Yan Ruyu is so unreliable. Let me think about how to reject him. All right, since Mr. Xie doesn't want to, don't force him. You guys started fighting as soon as I left. How energetic. What, Xu Min? Mr. Zhang, why are you back? You made such a noise. I really couldn't stop him. But don't worry, he'll leave soon. How could you treat my guest like that, Xu Ju? I'm willing to take my punishment, sir. Dad, don't be angry. Sir, Xu Ju didn't mean to. Please be merciful. Humph, I'll talk to you later. Please excuse his rudeness, Mr. Xie. Well, it's actually my fault. Haha, Xu Ju really made a fuss. I think Ode to the Frog is a good poem. I deserve it. I don't see anything inappropriate about this poem. You can write more similar poems for me in the future, Mr. Xie. He's so shameless. Mr. Zhang, please lead Kui Jing away too. No problem. I'll keep my promise with your master. But recently, I've been so close to Xu Min that I have to reconsider my relationship with the ministers at court. Tell your master not to contact me for a while. Mr. Xu, since everything is fine here, let's go back to the river. Master Songpo and Master Yaikui are still waiting for us. You're right, I can't keep them waiting too long. Why don't you join us, Master Yayi? I've admired you for a long time. Haha, then come with us, Kui Jing. Mr. Xie, how about you? Well, I'm too exhausted. I'm sorry. That's okay. Then take a good rest, Mr. Xie. Xie Yan is talented but weak. Well, no one is perfect. Xu Ju, take good care of Mr. Xie. And you got hurt too. Go get some rest when you're done here. Yes, sir.